Let's take a Bible pause with Pastor William and Scott.
There is no such thing as a neutral man. And this is what people think. They think I'm neutral. So I can choose. I can choose whichever I want, but we're not neutral. Okay.
Right.
The Bible never describes us as neutral people.
Correct.
The freedom that we have freedom, but here's the way, I think it was again Luther, might have been Augustine, might have been the two echoing off of each other. But what they said, and I think Jonathan Edwards also stressed this, our will is free, but as sinners, we will never choose God.
Mm-hmm.
If we're left to our free will, we will always choose evil,
Right.
darkness, personal glorification, personal pleasure. We will not choose God. So what God does is change our heart so that we want God.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are freely choosing God. But he has to free our will to do that.
Right.
Because our will in sin is bound to corruption, and we cannot turn to God without him turning us first.
Right. That is working in our lives.
In our hearts, so that we desire him. And and we'll use the illustration that is just so powerful of the thief on the cross. Because when you look at the Gospels, in Matthew or Mark, it says that he did the same as the other thief, mocking Christ, ridiculing Christ. Here he is on the cross, and suddenly there's a change of heart. Now, how did that happen? He didn't hear any sermons. He didn't see any miracles. Something has to happen in this man's heart. How do we know that? Because Jesus responds favorably to him. And Jesus, therefore, would have to know, before he makes a promise to this man, today you're going to be with me in paradise, he would have to know that.
Right.
Because he doesn't say, persevere in your faith till you die. I really don't know what's going on in your heart, so I can tell you if you believe, you'll be saved. He says today, which means Christ knows the man is sincere in his heart. But what question? How did he move in just a few hours from a place of mockery and contempt to a recognition of Christ's lordship and his work of salvation?
And there's only one possible answer.
One possible answer.
God did a work in his heart.
God did a work in his heart, and that's what we mean. And why did God do a work in his heart? Because God in eternity past predestined, called, chose that man for salvation. And at the right moment, he turns the man's heart to him. And so when we talk about free will, people, of course, free will is a very complex subject, and almost every scholar or commentator that I read that deals with free will is falling over themselves to say this is one of the most complex topics there is. The interaction between free will and divine sovereignty, God never failing to accomplish his plan, and yet I am free in what I do. So, but as it relates to salvation, I am not free until God moves in my heart. And then I see the beauty and wonder of the Lord. Then I am drawn to him. Then I exercise my will freely to believe in him. So it is, I do make a free choice, but it's subsequent to the work of God based on the choice of God.
Right.
We hope you were blessed by this Bible pause. To listen to the entire discussion, go to our YouTube channel. The link is listed in the description below. Thanks for listening.